Okay, this is going to be my Morbius review. Also, I'm heading to the gym. Also, we got the van started. Probably a video about that sometime soon. Also got a sweet haircut. Thanks, Anthony. But yeah, so we watched Morbius yesterday. I was really expecting some really bad things from all the reviews and just everything I've been hearing. Like, Rotten Tomatoes, I think they have like a 17%. But I love the movie, so I was going to watch it anyway. But really, I was surprised on how terribly it was good. It was a good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. It's not like the best movie ever or anything like that. There's parts and pieces that they did very well. In other places they could have done better, but I enjoyed it. So this is based in the Venom universe, so there's no Spider-Man that we know of. But in the trailers, this isn't even a spoiler, but in the trailer there's a poster of Spider-Man saying murderer. They completely took that out, and then there's one scene where there's a newspaper and it's the Daily Bugle, which is where Peter Parker usually works, and J. Jonah Jameson usually works too. So I think they're leading up to try to make kind of a bigger, well, the plan is for them is to make a big kind of universe by just Spider-Man villains, so Venom, Morbius, but I think they're working up to try to bring Andrew Garfield into the universe. One of the things that I was constantly looking for whenever there was a landscape video or a landscape part of the movie is I was looking for the Oscorp building from the Amazing Spider-Man, which I never saw but would have been really cool. My car just beeps for no reason. Jared Leto was a fantastic Morbius. They played the character a little bit different than usual. So again, I've never really read a comic book, but I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about comic books and the different scenes. And Morbius is supposed to be this kind of bloodthirsty, kind of anti-hero, because what he does is he decides to drink bad people's blood to keep them alive so he can try to find a cure. And that's kind of his big thing, is he kills people and he kills bad people. And he usually runs into Spider-Man a lot, not in this circumstance. But with this, they made him much more of an anti-hero on the side of the hero portion instead of a villain. The ship scene is absolutely amazing, borderline scary. That's where he first becomes a vampire, and it's very scary. There's mercenaries, there's darkness, and he's moving. And really, I was reading that people really didn't like the CGI of this movie. It's amazing. Again, I'm kind of in that weird generation where I had VHS tapes, and now we have Blu-ray. Really, you can show me most things, and I think it would be pretty good. It's not going to win anything like Endgame or anything like that, but the CGI is fine. I like the CGI of when Morbius moves. There's like this little smoke effect. It makes it feel a little bit more supernatural and like vampire. Like, I like that. The design of Morbius is also pretty good. Little bummed they didn't go with the huge V-neck with the red outlines. Jared Leto, you missed out, my friend. But you can't put that in videos nowadays. You can't. That doesn't correlate with movies. Even though in the comic books it looks good. But so the big kind of villain to this is Morbius's best friend, Milo. We'll go with Milo. So basically the story of it is him and Milo are born with this rare blood disease that quite a few people have, so it's not just them two. And Morbius makes it his life mission to find a cure. The cure turns out to make you into a vampire, living vampire, and that's where kind of the movie starts from there. So when Morbius takes the cure, turns into the vampire, Milo finds him, and he's like, oh, I love this. This is, whew. Like, I can walk, I can, like, live a normal life with this. But Morbius is like, no, you can't do that. But Milo stills the cure, and this is where it kind of varies a little bit between the two. So Morbius is kind of horrified from what he did to the mercenaries and drank their blood and killed them. Milo's like, oh, this is cool. And he really lets into the bloodthirst, and he goes on kind of a killing rampage, which was awesome. He goes hunting in New York, so he's going like nightclubs and he's doing stuff, and Morbius is really trying his best not to drink blood. And there's a little bit of a comp out. So earlier in the movie they talk about how they designed the synthetic blood, but it turns out that's not going to be reliable and it's not going to last. So Morbius is trying to feed off of that, but it's taken less and less time of, well, how do I want to use that? So the blood's doing less and less each time, so it's basically, it's like after today, like, I'm gonna have to drink human blood. And they really didn't follow through with anything after that. The interesting part about this is it's not like No Way Home where there's a magic spell and Spider-Man's fine again. Like, Morbius is like, he's an outlaw, like, people want to hunt him down and kill him. He's killed people. But Milo and him, it's a generic battle where it's the same powers and usually like the same colored person, and they fight each other. I really enjoyed the fight scene. It was interesting. It was new. We've never seen anything like that. But I got a lot of kind of Dracula Untold vibes from it. But I really enjoyed it. And then kind of where this sits in the universe is basically... there's the MCU universe and then the Sony universe. So this takes place in the Sony universe, which so far the only things we know about is Venom. They mention Venom a lot in the Daily Bugle, but that's cut out on me. But basically at the end of this, the Vulture from Spider-Man, which one is that? Homecoming. Basically, while Doctor Strange does the spell in No Way Home, it opens this rift because, gotta go back to No Way Home. So No Way Home, basically, Doctor Strange does a spell which pulls people that know Spider-Man as Peter Parker. I could get into that more, I'm not. And it pulls in different villains. So it brings in William Dafoe, Jamie Foxx, and basically pulls those people in. When Doctor Strange does a spell, it pushes them out. Amber's coming out, act normal. She's not coming. She understands the grind. But basically, at the end, she distracted me. Oh my gosh. Can I help you? Can I help you? I'm filming. Bitch. But at the end, Doctor Strange does a spell which brings all the villains out of the MCU universe and back to their own universe. But it also brings the Vulture into the Sony universe. So he wants to go back home, so the end credit is him trying to, basically, he goes to Morbius and is like, hey, let's make a team. And also an interesting part about that, he actually has the Vulture Suit, which I was reading up a little bit, and people are thinking that might be the same Vulture Suit from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because at the end of that movie, there's like a basement full of like villain equipment. So they had like the Doc Ock arms, Vulture, the Rhino. Looks like a different suit, to be honest, but it could be. But that would kind of explain how he got the suit so fast. So all in all, really good movie. I really think you guys should go see it. It's worth the watch. It's interesting. It's upbeat, and it's fresh. It's nothing we've seen before. I also, what I really think with these movies, with all the bad press and everything like that, we hype up movies so much. Like, we'll say like Endgame. We hyped that movie up so much, and we had so much to expect with that everyone loved that movie. But with this movie, people really kind of bagged on it. They said it was a terrible movie. So then people kind of feed into that, and that's the cool thing to do. I really liked the movie. So that's up to you guys if you want to go watch that. But if you do, let me know what you think of it. Like, comment, let me know. And I will see you in the next video. And then also, if you kind of keep up with my videos, Mac is doing very well, and the van, we almost are ready to kind of start the actual conversion part where we put solar panels and like the bed and everything in there. So stay tuned for that, so subscribe, and I'm gonna go work out so I can look like Jared Leto.